Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Noel. To get all the formalities out the way, if you like me or any of my content, or like you think you might be interested in my channel, like, comment, and subscribe, and definitely subscribe. I am trying to get to 200 subscribers by December, so share this with your friends, let them know, send them messages, let them know about me. They'll have fun. We kiki here. Okay, so I have been waiting to do this story time for a very, very long time, and I haven't. I have written it, rewritten it, thrown it out, started filming, stopped filming. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna keep it 100%. I've been in my feelings. But I'm gonna get my feelings. I'm in a good place so I can talk about this now. Cause I clown myself. And as you can see by the story time, this is about, as you can see by the title of the video, this is about a situationship, and those never end well. Ever, like never end well. So this story time takes place summer of 2019, and I was sad boying. Summer wasn't really going the way I wanted it to. Things didn't really happen how I planned, and I was really just all over the place with my emotions. So what did I do? Listen to sad music, stay in the house a lot. I went to my friend who never has any great advice, Tinder. And it was my day off, and I was wearing my little rainbow pants, and I was swiping right, swiping, and I came across this dude, and I was like, And I was clicking through his photos, and I was kind of iffy. I was like, he looks kind of cute, but he looks kind of not cute. And I was about to swipe left, and I didn't. And I was like, let me just swipe right. And we matched. So we matched, I texted him, hey, and then he was really friendly off the bat. He was like, you know, you're so cute. I got to meet you today. Are you free today? So I was like, yeah. And I really wasn't planning on going anywhere. So I was like, okay, I guess I have to get dressed and have to go out and do things and socialize. So I met up with him. And if I could describe him, it would be if Steve Urkel was transforming into Stefan, but stopped midway. Cute but corny, dominant personality, very charismatic, very smart, and I was there. I was melting in his hand like a Snickers in your back pocket on a hot day. 3 dates, 3. I'm gonna quickly run through them. I'm not gonna go like minute by minute, because we don't got time for that, okay? Bitches have shit to do, I have shit to do, you have shit to do. So, date 1. So we met, and he looked a lot better in person. He was really cute, he's really charismatic. Like I said, he was really dominant, and I have not met a lot of guys more dominant than me, personality-wise. I talk a lot, obviously I talk a lot, that's why I have a YouTube channel. He was. I usually feel like I have to like tone myself down or like give in to someone else who is not as outgoing as I am, and that was not the case. This was not the case. He was out there. Within like the first, before we weren't even 20 minutes into the date, and he had already made a comment about wanting to get me naked, and I hadn't even noticed until like 5 minutes after he made the comment. I was like, oh, shit, this nigga's smooth. Like, I didn't even question that. And I was like, so we went to the park, we were sitting down, we were catching up about we talked about our lives and whatever, you know, favorite color, family, how many siblings you got, the whole shebang, the whole that people get into when they go on dates. And then eventually, you know, he's talking and I'm getting caught up, and I end up kissing him. We end up having our first kiss, and it was great. So then he's telling me about bubble tea, and I don't know what bubble tea is, but he said, you know, he would take me out there and I could try it, and if I didn't like it, he would reimburse me. Watching this, if you ever see this, you owe me $5 because I did not enjoy the bubble tea. I'm kidding. But am I? Him for like an hour or two, and I end up, I don't know how long I stayed, but all I know is it was dark outside and the street lights were on by the time I left. I was like, I had a lot of fun with you tonight. He said, same here. I was like, when can I see you again? And we planned a day that we could see each other again. He gave me a kiss goodnight, and that was that. Also, he asked me if I wanted to come home with him, and I was like, no, what? Who do you think I am? Like, you let me go home with you on the first date? No, sis. I went home with him on the second date. So date 2 was like, we had plans to get food. He had got off work and he could not decide what he wanted to eat. So we ended up walking around and not getting any food whatsoever. So then eventually he was like, you know, do you want us to go back to my place? And you know, I was like, you know, I had turned down the first time. I was like, I'm not gonna go to this place yet because, you know, I'm gonna be, you know, I don't want this to come off fast. But I went to his place. And this is the summertime, so it was hot in DC. It was hot, it was muggy, it was nasty. I was sweaty, I was a little musty. I put on deodorant, but I was a little musty. You know, when you get older, your body does things that you don't want. Rhode Island Avenue Station, and we had to walk to his place, and it was a good 5 to 7 minute walk. And I remember walking, and I was like, this is long. And I started to wonder, is this worth it? But we get to his place and he's like, you wanna take a shower with me? And I was like, oh my gosh, you're joking. He's like, no, I'm dead ass. And I'm like, I have never taken a shower with anybody. And I told my best friend this and she was like, oh my gosh, you're so like vanilla. Like everybody's taking a shower with someone. And I was like, no. So apparently I am behind. We get out the shower and like he's got this like cologne like lotion that smells really good. We're all lotioned up, we're all nice and whatever. And then he has like a big mirror on his wall and he's like, oh yeah, like
he was like, you know, one of the qualifications if we're gonna be together is I gotta make sure that we look good naked together.
So we were just in front of his mirror naked, just posing and looking cute and talking, and I'm like, oh, bitch. This is real. This is real life. So eventually he asked me like what I wanted to watch and we ended up cuddling naked and I was like, you know, I don't have HBO, but he had fucking HBO. So I was gonna take advantage of this opportunity. So I was like, I wanna watch Insecure. So we're naked in his bed and we're watching Insecure. Didn't even get 10 minutes into Insecure and I mean, long story short, we weren't even watching Insecure. Issa was in the corner. We were rolling around, doing things. Issa, we wasn't even watching. Issa wasn't paying her mind. Girl she was non-existent. And he's kissing on me and I'm feeling on him and I'm liking it and you know, and I was waiting for it and I was waiting for it and I was waiting for it. The penetration was not happening. I'm like, I'm naked. My legs are in the air. He's in between them. I'm waiting for the insertion, and the insertion is not happening. And I didn't want to like force it and be like, you know, we have to. You know, I didn't want to be that. And every time I asked him if he wanted to have sex, he was like, well, no, it's whatever you want to do. And I'm like, no, nigga. Like, I need a yes. I need a yes. I want what I want to do. No, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? I need you to be enthusiastic. We do consent here. We do consent in my life. Okay, it's consensual. I need you to be excited for this. Okay, it's no whatever you want. No, I need a yes. So I was like, you know, we're just gonna chill. So nothing ended up happening. So he walked into the metro, gave me a kiss goodbye, and I was like, you know, I hope we can see you again. And I told him, I was like, listen. I will come around for as long as you allow me to. The moment you show me that you don't want me around, I'm not gonna be around. So that's what that, and he was like, you know what, you're always welcome to come, like the door's always open, cool, whatever. So gave me a kiss goodbye, I went home. Now in between that and our third date, we were planning out our third date. So I ended up calling him when I was at work. He's just like flat out like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? And I'm like, I don't know what we're doing. It's only 3 days. It's only been 3 days, sir. So he was basically like, you know, I'm only in DC for the summer. I'm looking for a boyfriend for the summer or someone to be with for the summer. If that person is you, I have no issue with that. And I was like, cool. Like, my goal for the summer was just a date. I was like, if I get a boyfriend, cool. But I was like, one, he doesn't live in DC and I'm not really good with long distance. So I was like, you know what, I'm cool with just being with someone for the summer. Just having someone to go on dates with, to cuddle with, connections, affection. I just wanted to be loved on. I just wanted to be touched. And then I should've known shit was gonna go left because I believe we planned out our third date and the night before our third date, he was like, he kept making jokes like, oh yeah, you probably got a bunch of guys you're talking to, you're gonna replace me, you're probably talking to your other niggas. And I'm like, I'm not talking to anybody else seriously. Calm down, sir. The only person I'm talking to seriously is you. And I told him, I was like, you know what, if you want me to cut everybody else off, I will do that. Just let me know. Like, just give me the word and everybody else is cut off. And we had this conversation and this had not been a full week. Things are moving really fast. And he had already asked me to go with him to New York to meet his friends and I was like, I can't go. Plus I don't know him that well, so me going to New York for the weekend with him, not the best. But now listen, if a nigga tells you this, he's a boy. And he was like, you know, we don't have to be monogamous. If I'm not getting none, nobody else should. Sir, excuse me, sir. If you want to reserve the cookie jar, you gotta put a title on it. If you want to have VIP exclusive access to the cookie jar, you gotta put a title on it. If you want me to build a picket fence around my legs to keep other niggas out, you gotta put a title on it, okay? Okay? All right? Put a title on it. You gotta put a title on it. So then comes time for the third date. So we spent all day together. We met up, we got lunch, and then after lunch, it started to rain. So he was like, we should head back to my place. So I went with him to get groceries because he could make his meals for his lunch, for his job or internship or whatever. And you know, we get to his place, he gives me like a pair of shorts and we're chilling. And you know, this is the third date. This is the third date. And you know what? Like, listen, we're not getting married. We're not gonna be, you know, serious or anything. I'm not fucking celibate. I'm not fucking celibate. Listen. And mind you, this nigga was talking shit. This nigga was talking shit. He was telling me how good. He kept saying like, you know, I think we'd have some great sex, and you know, I knew what size it was. He was well endowed. And I was like, you know, this nigga's like, you know, talking up the game. So I'm trying to see what it's giving. I'm trying to see what the peen is giving. So you know, we're kissing, cuddling, rolling around. My legs is open. We doing everything that we've been doing. And I asked him. I tried to. Listen, I was trying to be polite about it. I need you to give me. So I get up close to him. I'm like, hey, so like, do you want to? Now, could I have said that in a more subtle way? Absolutely. Could I have said it in a more classy way? Absolutely. But I'm a grown-ass man, you're a grown-ass man, I'm horny, you're horny clearly. We don't gotta, like, we know what we about to do. We know what happens. Like, nigga, you're not a virgin, I'm not a virgin, we know what's happening. So this nigga says, wow, there was no subtlety to that. You're so crass. I was so embarrassed. I wanted to disappear. Did I do something wrong? So I'm like, oh shit, what is wrong with me? Like, I'm a horrible person. So it turns out when he got food from the grocery store, he was getting food to cook me and him dinner. So, you know, we're playing music and we're dancing around his place and he's cooking me dinner and things are going great. This nigga picked me up and squatted me in his kitchen. And I was like, sir, there's a place opening up for you. Looking back now, wow. So he makes us dinner and we eat, and I'm like, wow, this is really great, it tastes good. It was like, he made me curry and I never had curry before. So I'm like, all right. So then I'm like, you know what, let me try to be nice. You know, I'm trying to be nice and shit. And I was like, you know what, I can wash the dishes like you cooked. Let me wash the dishes. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm about to get this nigga. This nigga's about to cuff me. I'm about to wash his fucking dishes. I'm about to wash his fucking dishes. I'm about to trap this nigga. He's about to want to be with me. And my common sense, which was way in the back of my mind, was like, you stupid bitch. So after that, we cuddled some more. We watched Solange's visual album, and then he walked me part of the way home, and then gave me a kiss goodbye, told me to text him when I got home, whole shebang. And that now that I've told you all the great things about him, here's when things start to deteriorate. Deterioration. So when people say they switch, like people switch up, like this nigga switched up. I'm not talking about like slowly, no, this nigga switched up. He switched up. I'm talking from the time that he kissed me goodbye to the time he woke up in the morning, this nigga was a different person. This nigga switched up, like 8 hours, done. And basically this nigga stopped communicating, period. I mean, he would text me like once or twice a day, but I'm like, nigga, what? And then he'd be on social media, he would be responding, so I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like, nigga, you just cooked me dinner. You just did all this nice shit. You just did all this romantic couple shit. Like, we've been going around DC, like, we're together. And then you gonna play me? So, yeah. So I was like, I'm in my mind was like,
what? Don't get crazy. It's a new bitch here, girl. Don't get crazy.
I was like, you know what, calm down. He works a lot of hours. He might be busy. He might have friends. He has a lot of life outside of you, bitch. Like, let me not be crazy. Let me not feel entitled to his time. Let me not, you know, feel like let me not get super crazy and clingy, because then I'm gonna be upset. But like, you know, the communication literally just, and throughout the entire time we talked for about a whole month, and after that third date, the communication stopped, and then it never picked up, and it was always an excuse. So we had like several conversations about this. The first time he was like, you know, I realized I was moving things really fast, and that was my fault, not yours, and you know, that has caused him toxic situations in the past, and that he wanted to reflect on us, but like he didn't want to stop talking to me, and I was like, cool. And I asked him the first time we had this conversation, I was like, listen, are things becoming one-sided? Are you losing interest? Do you not want to be here? Do you want to give your spot up to someone else? Let me know. And he told me, no, I'm still into you. I had a great time. I still like you. I still want to keep talking. I still want to get to know you. Cool. I asked this nigga, do you want out? Do you want to tap out? And this nigga said no. I opened the door. He could have left. He chose to stay. Keep that in mind. So then after that conversation, a whole week goes by. This nigga's still not communicating. So I'm like, what the? So at this point, I'm like, you know what? This nigga's clearly not interested. Let me take the hint. Let me stop being clingy. Let me stop waiting on him. So at this point, I started going back on Tinder and Grindr and stuff. And I started, you know, kept hooking up with people I was hooking up with. I went on some other dates to get to know people. I was like, let me occupy myself with somebody else. And then when he starts acting right, then I'll come back around. When he was in New York, he hits me up and he's like, you know what? I'm being an asshole. Like, I'm sorry. I haven't been communicating with you. I haven't been, you know, open and honest with you about how I feel. I've been an asshole to you. I'm sorry. And I was like, you know, why is that? Is that gonna change? And he was like, yeah, like I definitely had fun with you and I'm definitely gonna try to be better and communicate and, you know, I'm sorry about all this. And I asked him once again, I was like, are you losing interest? Do you wanna be somewhere else? This nigga said no. This nigga said that he was still fucking interested, bitch. So I'm not crazy. I gave this nigga the out. I gave this nigga the out. This nigga had the escape route. I opened the emergency door. I opened the emergency hatch and he could have jumped out and he chose not to. So then after that conversation, a whole nother week passes by and this nigga's still acting crazy. So then I'm just like, you know what? I'm not doing this. So I'm talking to my friend, I'm like, what's going on with this nigga? And she's giving me advice. She's like, you know what, maybe you just gotta leave him alone. I was like, let me leave him alone. So I'm going on my other dates, I'm talking to other niggas, and then he's still texting me, like, infrequently, like that. He texted me, I responded, he didn't reply, and then I saw him on social media. So then I DM'd him on Snapchat, because Snapchat, you can see when people open messages, and I was like, you are so fucking inconsistent. And he was like, how? I'm like, nigga. I'm just like, nigga, like, you're paying me dust right now. He read that message, didn't reply. So I was like, you know what? So then I'm like, you know what, let me just leave him alone. Like, okay, you got your answer. This nigga texts me the next day and is like, basically, it's like, good afternoon, how are you? Like, nothing happened. Like, he didn't read my messages last night. So I'm like, oh no. You're playing with my life. When you get off work, we need to talk. And he's like, talk about what? I don't understand. What are we talking about? What did I do wrong? Nigga. So basically I called him and I just told him like how I felt and like I was just laying everything out. I'm like, listen, you keep saying you're gonna be consistent, you're being inconsistent, you're not talking to me, I keep asking you if things are one-sided, you're saying they're not one-sided, but you're still acting like they're one-sided. So what's going on? What are you doing? What are you doing? Basically, what he says is, I lost interest a long time ago. And I'm just like, I gave you several opportunities to say that. I gave you several opportunities so you could step out and do you and be who you wanna be. I did not force you to stay here. And he was basically saying like, you know, I'm not saying I lost interest, but I'm a hot and cold person. I'm kinda hot and cold about these things. And I was like, oh, bitch. I was like, every fucking time. Gag is, he gives me two options. He's like, listen, I'm sorry and we can be friends. I'm a much better friend than I am as a romantic partner. I'm gonna try to make an effort to talk to you. I can't, you know, guarantee that I can communicate with you, but we can be friends. And like, nigga, if you don't have time to be friends, don't be offering me friendship. That shit made me so angry. And then he says, you know, but if you don't wanna be friends, we could just hook up and do that. And I'm like, nigga. And then after a month of ghosting, you think I'm gonna throw that back? What land do you live in, bitch? Bye. After that, I was like, you know what? I'm really disappointed in this because I thought we were gonna go somewhere and we're not going anywhere now. So I'm really disappointed and I'm not gonna promise you friendship if I can't hold up my end of the deal. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna promise you friendship if I can't hold up my end of the deal. So I was like, you know, give me some time to get over this. Give me some time to sort my emotions out. Give me some time to emotionally heal. And if I wanna have a friendship with you, I will hit you up late July, early August. And I kept going back and forth like, do I wanna text this nigga? Do I not wanna text this nigga? And I was like, let me not text this nigga. I don't need to text him. We don't need to do that. But we went the whole month without talking. And just like in pure boy, emotionally detached fashion, this nigga pops up in my messages in my phone. And he's like, hey, hope you're doing well. No, let me. Hey, hope you're doing well. I know that this is a change me thing, but I want you to know that I'm sorry for everything that I did and I take responsibility for my actions and I hope that we can be cool. And you think are we cool? Nigga, I haven't spoke to you in a month. No, we're not cool. What are you? Bitch, I'm a bad bitch. Listen, I may not look cute right now because I'm looking a little scruffy, but I'm a bad bitch. Look on my Instagram, I'm a bad bitch, all right? Define cool, like what is cool? Are we gonna dedicate ourselves to a Snapchat streaks? Are you gonna DM me random memes every 6 months? Are you gonna like my Instagram photos? Or are we gonna be like actual friends? Like what is being cool define? I'm like, I'm asking this nigga to lay out your terms of being cool and I'll see if I can do. And this nigga goes, well, what do you want? And I was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind us being friends. And this nigga instantly stops responding. And I'm like, nigga, why'd you text me? Why did you text me? If you know what I want is not what you want, why would you ask? Why would you give me the option to say what I want? You know you don't want shit to do with me. Why are you texting me? And eventually I was like, you know what? Are you texting me because you want to talk to me? Are you texting me because you feel sorry and you want to apologize and you want to clear out your conscience? When it came down to it, I kept trying to get out of him, like, why are you texting me? Like, what do you want? What do you want? And this nigga just says, why are you trying to figure me out? I'm just trying to be a good person.
She belongs to the streets.
So that is a story time. I'm happy, I'm in a good place. So what do I want you to take away from this video? Ghosting is an answer. If someone is not communicating with you, that means you're not interested. See the red flags. I had red flags and I did not see the red flags. See the red flags. If you see the red flags and you ignore them and you get played, you cannot blame anybody but yourself. Don't be a clown. Don't be a clown ass bitch like me. Be better than me. Make better decisions and love yourself enough to not put up with a nigga like that. Don't be like Cameron, because Cameron was a clown. And that was it. That's the end of the story time. That's the last time I spoke to him. I didn't speak to him ever again. Well, no, I did wish him happy birthday. All right, well, that's the end of the story time. My name is Cameron Noel. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was entertaining once again. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with your friends. I'm trying to get to 200 subscribers by December. And I love you guys for watching and supporting me. It means the world to me. Oh my gosh, this video is like 40 minutes long. So I gotta edit this bitch down. But thank you so much. Love you. And I will see you in the next video.